Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Lot Goddess. Welcome back to my corner where I inspire others to dream more, live more, and become more. Disclaimer, for this video, it is very random. It was not planned. I was literally downstairs preparing dinner and I was like, you know what? I feel like talking to the people today, just a little bit. If you're new here, I just had a baby. He will be 2 months next week. And so it is hard for me to just sit in one place and record a video these days. So I'm gonna kind of take you guys along with me for my evenings. I really wanna give you guys insight on exactly how you can gain project management experience fast. This is a very popular topic. I feel like a lot of people ask me these questions like, how can I basically like break into PM? I don't have any experience. Or, you know, how can I sort of get more familiar with the project management space if I've, you know, never had that type of job before? Recently, over the last few months, and even within the last year, honestly, I've done a lot of reflecting and I realized I am very passionate about project management, okay? And one of the things that I'm also as equally passionate about is helping people. And so with my platform, I really want to put, you know, those two passions together. And so essentially this video hopefully is going to provide you with some tips and just things that I have been doing and things that you can also do to try to gain experience in project management. Now, like I said, this is going to kind of be vlog style. So if you are interested in learning about project management, if you're interested in motherhood content, lifestyle, make sure you subscribe because you will get a little bit of everything in this corner, okay? So please be sure to subscribe, but remember, only subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. One of the first and I think easiest ways to gain project management experience is gonna be through volunteering. These days, there are so many different, and guys, if you guys see me looking right here, I'm looking at my computer right now because I am actually currently working on a volunteer project. I had a meeting yesterday. Let me just give you guys like a little bit of background about my career. So currently, I work as a program manager. So that is what I do for like my 9 to 5, so to speak. And then as far as my volunteer work, I've actually been a part of a leadership development program for some years now. I graduated from the program in 2018, but I have since, you know, kind of come back to essentially like help out, you know, the fellows who are in the program. So I'm currently operating as a virtual volunteer project manager for the leadership development program. So one of the things that the fellows have to do, the fellows essentially are like the participants who join our program. So one of the things that they have to do, it's a year-long program. And so for 6 months out of that year, they pretty much volunteer as project managers for a nonprofit organization. And so my role, essentially a part of my role is to oversee those projects, like, you know, assist in making sure that things are flowing well and just all things related to project management. So if you are interested in getting quick project management experience, the good thing about volunteering is that, first of all, there's no true 100% commitment. So like you can kind of do it whenever you want. You can also gain your project management hours. If you're like me and you would like to get your PMP certification, which I recently got mine, if you would like to gain hours in sitting for your PMP certification, you can use volunteer projects. The projects that you work on do not have to be paid. So aside from what I do as a volunteer project manager, another way that I would gain my experience was through 2 websites. The first one is Catch a Fire. That's Catch a Fire. I think it's catchafire.com or .org. The best thing about Catch a Fire is that they have a ton of opportunities where you can volunteer and it does not have to be in person. A ton of the things that they offer for you to volunteer with are completely virtual. So you might be working with a company or an organization that's all the way in Alaska or something and you're, you know, on the East Coast. I've actually done several volunteer projects with Catch a Fire. It's very easy, very straightforward. And the cool thing about it is that you can track how many hours you work with a certain organization. You can also track, you know, the budget and how much money you save the organization that you volunteered with. So it's really cool and it's a really quick and easy way for you to gain project management experience. I know a lot of times people assume that like, oh, I've never had a job as a project manager, so like, can I sit for my PMP? Can I sit for my CAPM? The answer is yes, you absolutely can. You just have to be very diligent about how you gain that experience. And it can be in more ways than you getting paid for it. You can do the volunteer opportunity. So again, like I said, right now, I was assigned a new project yesterday. We had a leadership team meeting for the organization that I told you guys I volunteer with and a couple of small projects that I volunteered to work on. Now that my baby is almost 2 months, you know, I've recovered from birth and things like that. So I now have a little bit more time to kind of help with, you know, the behind the scenes stuff. Baby boy is sleeping, but I expect that he will be up very soon. So I try to do little stuff, you know, in between, like as a project manager and a a mom, you know, we have to know how to balance and, you know, kind of do it all, right? Also, I just realized I never mentioned the second website, but the second website is volunteermatch.org. So it's as equally easy to use. In my opinion, it's just as easy as Catch-a-Fire. I haven't used Volunteer Match in a really long time. It's been a few years, but I do know that they often have like a lot of short projects. Like if you only want to volunteer for something a project that's as short as 5 days, you can do that. Or if you want to sign up to do something that's maybe a month long, it's just a little more extensive, you can do that as well. So the cool thing about these websites that I mentioned to you guys is that they're very flexible. And the best thing about volunteering too is that it's on your time. Don't necessarily have to dedicate, okay, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You are pretty much volunteering the hours that you are willing to donate out of your life, if that makes sense.
Better than everyone else. You think, in the video I said this, you think you... All right, Andrew, what is the quickest way to gain PM experience is starting from scratch? The quickest way to gain PM experience is to apply for jobs that would, first of all, allow you to give you that experience and not worry about money. Sometimes the best jobs that gives us the best experience are the one that doesn't pay too much, especially when you're starting out. You know what happens, what I find, and you guys can tell me whether you agree or disagree. You know what I find, that folks that don't have a lot of experience, some people want to give them the opportunity to prove themselves. They ain't gonna pay you a lot of money. And the younger folks, or the folks not young in age, but young in their profession, those folks don't want to work for that money. They're like, a normal PM is paid 100 grand, but you're only going to give me 60 grand. And you're like, I don't want that 60 grand. I want the 100 grand. But you don't have the experience of the PM to get the 100 grand. Apply for jobs that may not be paying much and is willing to take somebody that is junior. And you may not get paid much. So the best way to do it, don't go apply to those big PM jobs. They're going to want a ton of experience. Go to the smaller PM jobs that don't pay a lot, but appreciate someone like you, someone starting out that's going to work really hard and try to build their craft.
Okay guys, so literally as soon as I was about to give y'all my second point, baby boy is trying to wake up. Also, we're gonna ignore this big gigantic demon on my face, or whatever y'all want to call this, on my nose. I don't know what the heck is going on. It seems like once I gave birth, my skin went from glowy to, I don't even know. Honestly, it's been going through it. I feel like I've been getting a new bump every week, like on my face somewhere. It's crazy. Let me make my little one a bottle real quick, and then we will come back for the second point. Side note though, dinner is tasting really good. I wasn't expecting it to come out this good because I'm kind of rushing a little bit. But why does it seem like the meals that you rush, sometimes they be hitting? I feel like they be hit or miss. This one is a hit though. I'm making a white chicken chili. She tastes so good. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go tend to my baby. Okay, y'all, so I got my little bean here with me. So y'all might hear him doing his little grunts and stuff. I'm trying to kind of soothe him. He just woke up from a nap. I wanted to let you guys know what my second tip is. If you're looking to gain project management experience, this one is more about the knowledge of project management, and that is to educate yourself. And one of the best ways that you can educate yourself is to take some type of online course to learn more about project management. Take some type of online course. There are so many different platforms and different things that you can take online. Some of them are free. The reason that I mentioned LinkedIn is because LinkedIn actually they have a few free project management foundational courses where you can just watch them. They're a really good way for you to just sort of get that general knowledge of what project management is. You can use Udemy, you can use Knowledge Hut. Google has a certification now under Coursera. You can't go and apply for any of these project management jobs if you don't know what you're doing. Jobs these days, they want to see that you not only have the experience, but that you actually know what you're doing. Like, you can't just put it on your resume that you are a project manager or that you've managed projects. They want to see exactly how you did that, and they want to know know that you're well versed and you're confident in your role, because they're not about to take a chance on you if you don't know what the heck you're doing, if that makes sense. There's a lot of money at stake, you know, if a project fails. So it is really important that you educate yourself. And when you educate yourself, you become more confident when it comes to applying for these roles. When you go for an interview and they're asking you questions about how you manage budgets and how you battle a scope going downhill, like what do you do to manage those things? How do you work with an agile team? Different things like that. You're not gonna know these terms when you go into the interview, and your confidence is gonna go down because you haven't properly educated yourself. Two platforms that I would like to shout out just in general that really helped me pass my exam ultimately would have to be Knowledge Hut and Udemy. With Knowledge Hut, that's actually the website that I went through to gain my hours that I needed to sit for the PMP exam. I finished the course in about a week, and pretty much after that I had my 35 hours to be able to sit for my exam. But in addition to that, the gold and what I think ultimately really pulled out that confidence when it came to passing my exam, Andrew Ramdayal's Udemy course. I'll leave his information on the screen, I'll leave it down below, but I just really have to shout him out because his course, between his Udemy course and also his mock exam simulator, those were two things that gave me insane confidence, and I crushed the exam, okay? Like I killed it, and I scored 3 above target. And not only that, I feel so much better just about the terms when it comes to project management. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Like now I feel like a professional. So I definitely recommend that you take a course. It's gonna make you feel so much better. If you do not have any PM experience, before you can even get PM experience, you have to know what project management is. And the best way to know that is to take a course. So you guys can see I've included a clip of Andrew Ramdayal's YouTube channel. He goes live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and he does a general Q&A. So I think that would also be something that's really beneficial. Every Tuesday at 7, if you wanna hop on there, he does like live Q&A where you can ask him any questions related to project management, you know, how to get job interviews, how to pass your exam. I think that that is also a really cool and quick way to gain general knowledge about the PM space, because he's been in the field for several years. He has a book on project management. He has courses on project management. So he is very well versed and he knows what he's talking about. And I can guarantee he's gonna help you pass your exam when that time comes. Not me coming on here looking like somebody's grandma. It's the glasses and the bonnet and the pajamas for me. Anyway, so as y'all can see, we are literally back where we started with this vlog. It's been a few hours. I have showered. I have, my husband and I, we gave the baby a bath. We are on our, what I think is probably our very last point. So there are actually some points that I forgot to mention. But if you guys want me to do another video like this, please make sure that you let me know. Cause actually, you know, being that I'm a new mom, it's kind of hard for me to really like get on camera and get glammed up and dedicate time to creating content specifically, because sometimes if you are a content creator, then you know that sometimes that process can take hours. So I was trying to think of ways to sort of incorporate you guys in my everyday life while still being able to produce content, if that makes sense. The easiest way for me to produce content consistently these days is just to incorporate you guys in what I already have going on. So I'm not gonna always hop on here looking glam. Y'all can see this is like the real raw me, okay? Bonnet, I've done my skincare, got my lip mask on. Like this is literally just what it is. It can't get more authentic than this. The final tip that I want to leave with you guys when it comes to gaining project management experience fast and efficiently would be to ask for projects at work. Ask for extra projects at work. What I mean by that is, I'll just use myself for an example. So I've been at my current job for about a year now. I actually just recently celebrated my 1 year. So aside from what I do as a program manager in my everyday role, I told myself that at this new job, I wanted to do something different because I want to be at my current job for an extended period of time. Like I don't want to just be that person that's just hopping all over the place from job to job, starting over, you know, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you do that, you like what you like. And if you don't like it, who says that you have to be married to one particular opportunity for 10 years? Like if you don't like it, find something else until you know, get into the space where you like what you're doing. But I told myself that for this new role, I wanted to make sure that I did everything I could to stay within the company and to also make sure that I don't get bored with my job, because I get bored very easily. I decided to volunteer to be the leader of the Black Affinity group at my job. And so with that, honestly, has just come, just so many different skills have come out of that role in general, especially things related to project management, because being the leader of that group, I have to organize meetings. I also have to, you know, manage like our calendars and different things like that. I work on a leadership team with some of my other coworkers, different meetings about like what's coming up. Okay, let's come up with some action items. Let's set some deadlines. A lot of stuff that's related to project management. So if you are at your job currently, try to come up with different ways that you can create additional projects for yourself, because you can add those things to your resume. A lot of times people feel like they're in a box because of what they do for their everyday job. They're like, well, how can I get extra project management experience if I don't work on projects at work? Remember, a project is essentially anything that has a start and end date, and anything that you work on that provides some type of solution. Being the leader of the Black Affinity group, I don't get paid anything extra to lead the group. It is solely just based on me and my passion for wanting to promote, you know, our culture at work. Also, there are some rewards when you go above and beyond for doing little stuff like this. So like, for example, as a result of being the leader of this affinity group at work, I actually just got recognized, yay! And I got an award from the company for basically going above and beyond and stepping out of my regular role to lead this affinity group. And so it felt really amazing to get that recognition. Like, obviously you don't want to always do stuff just to get kudos and cookies for it. However, you know, that's something that I can put on my resume. So if you're at your job currently, you know, don't always necessarily think about the monetary gains of taking on extra projects. Sometimes it's about getting that extra experience to boost up your resume, to be able to get to that PM level that you want to get to. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, there's a lot of other stuff that I could have said in this video, but I don't want it to be too long. I just wanted to hop on camera. The project that I was working on earlier for the volunteer organization, I didn't get to finish it, but it's fine because it's not due until tomorrow anyway. So I will probably go ahead and round that out tomorrow. That's the end, guys. That's the end of this video. If you have any additional questions about anything that I talked about, please make sure you comment down below and let me know. And do not forget to subscribe, but remember, only subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. And if you want more PM related content, if you want more mom content, just different things like that, please make sure you stay tuned. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Good night.